Hey everybody, it's Mike the Cruise Vet here, and I'm back again with another video. And today's video is basically a cruise review and bring you some more footage from my experience on the Ecstasy. And this will pretty much close out that series. But so basically I've got two video clips that I'm piecing together for you, covering my experience on the excursion and just my overall experience on the Ecstasy. But first I figure I'd go ahead and give you my review of my cruise experience. So this was on the Carnival Ecstasy. I sailed May 19th through the 23rd. We had a port visit in Cozumel, and we sailed out of Mobile, Alabama. Well, this is my first time sailing out of Mobile. So, I was kind of anxious to figure out how that was going to work. So I got there the day before, stayed at the Renaissance Hotel, which is basically right across the street from the terminal. And, had a real nice room there. Had a view overlooking the bay, and you could see the cruise terminal from there. So I was able to, watch the ship sail in the following morning. So after spending the night at the Renaissance, I pulled out of the parking garage, and it was literally not even a 5-minute drive from the parking garage at the Renaissance over to the cruise terminal. And one interesting thing about the cruise terminal in Mobile is there's a railroad track that runs right across the entrance to the parking garage. So, and it just so happened that morning, wouldn't you know it, the train was there. So that delayed things a little bit, but it wasn't too bad. The police were there, and they were able to reroute us a different way and get us into the garage. Pulling into the garage, they have it organized pretty well. You pull in, they have an area where everybody kind of stops, and you can unload your luggage, drop off passengers. They have all the porters right there to handle your luggage. And then, you continue on into the parking garage. And I had prepaid beforehand online. It was about $80 for the 4 days. And so I pulled into the parking spot on the second floor, grabbed my luggage, which I was only had one suitcase, so it was pretty easy. Went downstairs, and you go right into the terminal. So overall, I was really had a good experience there. I mean, the convenience factor is pretty awesome. So then inside the terminal, getting through all the different checkpoints, showing my documentation, checking in. I mean, all that went really fast. I used the Verifly app, and that kind of expedited the process. And one thing was also interesting about the cruise terminal in Mobile is the way they had it organized. So when you come in to the seating area to wait to board, the ladies there would seat you in your boarding zone. So, I was in A02, so they had all of us sitting together, which initially it kind of threw me aback a little bit, but because I wasn't used to that. But, ultimately it worked out pretty well, because once they did start boarding, I mean, you go right onto the ship. I mean, it's pretty nice. So I did like that. And they had a guy right before boarding. He came out. I don't know if he was a part of the crew of the Ecstasy or not, but he explained to us that they were having crew shortages because of the whole, issue that they got going on with getting visas renewed. So because of that, a lot of the venues would be closed, and also because of that, we were sailing only at 47% occupancy. So when I did get on board, I mean, it was almost like a ghost town. I mean, there was hardly anybody there. A lot of the bars. I mean, anybody that's been on the Ecstasy knows that they don't have a lot of some of the specialty dining that you're going to get on the bigger Carnival ships, like the steakhouse or the Italian restaurant. And then also a lot of the bars that were on the Ecstasy were closed. I mean, the casino bar was open, Alchemy was open, and the one out on the Lido was open. So, once on board, I went up, got something to eat at the buffet, and they opened up the rooms a little bit early because they weren't supposed to be open until after 1 o'clock. But I believe, if I remember correctly, they opened them up at like 12 or 12:30. So that was nice. My thoughts on the Ecstasy. I mean, it's a smaller ship. I believe it's Carnival's oldest ship, and they are slated to be retired come October. So, but, given that, I thought that, and I'm a fan of ship architecture and things like that. So I like the old school kind of look of it, a lot of neon, a lot of shiny metal going on, the old school carpet designs like you might see from Vegas. The Grand Atrium I thought was really awesome. I mean, you could see all the way up to the skylight, at the top, and then the glass elevators and everything. I thought it was pretty aesthetically pleasing to look at. So yeah, I mean, it was only a 4-day cruise, and I felt like there was plenty to do, and given the fact that we were only at 47% occupancy. I mean, you never had to wait in line for anything. So, yeah, all in all, I'm glad that I booked that cruise, and glad that I got a chance to sail on the Ecstasy before, they get rid of her. So, like I said, I have 2 video clips. The first video clip is basically my experience going on the excursion in Cozumel. It was if you go on the Carnival website, it's the La Casa VIP all-inclusive resort, and it's adults only. So that's what you're going to see in this video. So let's check it out.
Okay. Yeah.
hope you enjoyed that. That was my experience at the La Casa VIP Resort in Cozumel. And, I booked that through the Carnival website. It was $109 per person. Uh, my thoughts on it, it was a very nice place. It was right on the water. So, you had some awesome views. There wasn't really a beach. There was sand, but it was kind of walled off by a little concrete barrier, and it was kind of rocky around the water. They did have a little dock area with a ladder that goes down into the water, and they did provide all the snorkel gear that you would need. Now, this was billed as a adults only, all inclusive resort, and you were supposed to have your drinks. It was unlimited drinks. They provide your meal and all of that. I thought the staff was very professional. They were very friendly, very knowledgeable. But the only thing that I would criticize them on is just the overall service. And I was there. I think I was there for about 2 or 3 hours, maybe 4 at the most. And the whole time I was only able to get one drink, and it was, like I said, it was supposed to be, all you can drink. So it was, constantly having issues trying to track down people to serve you. And then the same thing with the food. The food was awesome. It was, they basically ask you when you first get there. They have a little selection of items on the menu, and they have a chef there that prepares everything individually. It's not one of those deals where it's a buffet with just limited items. And it was prepared really nice, it tasted great, but the thing of it was, I had to basically hound somebody, people to get my food. So if you're billing it as a VIP type place, I would expect the service to be a little bit better. And especially when you compare it to other all-inclusives like Mr. Sancho's or Paradise Beach. The price is cheaper, but the service was way better. Maybe those places are a little bit more crowded, but I think all in all, if I was given the choice to book that one again or just go to like Mr. Sancho's or Paradise Beach, I'd probably go to Paradise Beach. But so that's my thoughts on that. And so this next video is just some overall footage that I had from my time on the Ecstasy during the 4 days. So let's check it out.
stop and yelling for me? I cannot see.
Well, all right, that's pretty much gonna wrap it up for my review and vlog on the Carnival Ecstasy. All in all, I think I've enjoyed my experience on the Ecstasy, and I'm glad that I got to enjoy it before they retire that ship. I think there's a lot to be said for the smaller ships. Sometimes I mean it doesn't give you all the different venue choices that you might get on some of the bigger ships, but I think there's a certain old school charm that should sometimes it's great to enjoy that, have a look back at the way cruising used to be. So hope you enjoyed these videos, and I guess I'll see you around.